So today we gonna work on the public view page. Now you see here is a jar I just added here. So what we're gonna do is we are using we add a jar here. So that's from Ant design. I can quickly go through. I mean, let's look at Ant just for a quick example how it works. So we're basically using all Ant's component. So the jar, let me see, the jar. Trying to find a drawer to show you guys. Okay, the drawer here. So basically, the drawer is a tool like you can open from left, right? So you can like open from bottom. So what we are doing now is open from the top, right? So what we want to do is here. So if I change the visible to false, we won't see it. We won't see it, right? So if let me refresh the page. So basically we are using the component from ARM. So that's the original page, right? So what we want to do is when user click book, then we open the drawer to enter some more information for user, right? So we can add a state here. Let's just add a state. Okay. Let's call it drawer visible. Okay. Here is a set drawer visible. Okay. Default to false. Okay, let's go back to the drawer. Okay, so we want to use the drawer visible variable, right? So this closable is basically closable is true. So we need to like unclose, right? Destroy unclose as well. This is true. So means it will be gone, right? Destroy the element will be gone, right? So let's say unclose. We want to basically say set visible set drawer visible to false. So give it a function. Let's see. Okay. We and also actually when we are booking, so remember the button. So this is here. Okay, the button for you see here is this is the button for book. Okay, so this. So title is book, right? So we can do like a set drawer visible to be true. Okay, let's try it. So now if you open the page and then you click book, so we see this button, this is here, right? And if we close this, yeah, we can book something else. So we can see, I mean, we can make it even better, right? Because we have the slot number. So we can actually, let's see, let's go back to the drawer here, right? So let's make the title more visible. Enter details, let's say, okay. Let's say enter details for, enter details for, we have the date, right? So it's, I think it's a slot. We already have the slot. Let's see. Do we have this? Okay, let's check out what we have for state. Okay, so we have slots. We have selected date when we select date. Visible slot, right? So that's the slot of visible. Okay, so let's say first is selected date. Okay, so that will show the date. Do we want to show the time? I think it's okay to show the time, but we need to find right now when we do the selected slot here. Give me a second. So when we say set visible slot, we actually using pound sign with the index, right? So we actually wanted the time for this for the slots. So when we try to find the slot, so we need to basically to find the slot, right? So what we can do is let's say we already have slots. And the filter, so inside the slot we want to find the slot dot name dot date plus pound sign plus slot dot index. So that's how we recognize the match, right? We can say slot visible slot. So now we found this slot. We wanted the start time, right? or we can actually make this a function. Okay, so let's say extract method here get selected slot. Okay, so now we have a function to return us the selected slot. Okay, so let's say const slot. So we must have, let's say we must have one, okay? And then we're gonna return this slot. Okay, so that's the slot, okay? We guarantee we can find one, right? Otherwise it will be undefined. So let's see, at this step we guarantee we can find one. And once you have the slot, we can use the start time and its end time, right? So let's see. End time. Okay, just prettify it, right? So we have more text here. Okay, start time undefined. So looks like we need this. Okay, so looks like they want something. So okay, so we can do this and so looks like it's loaded on the uninitialized even when the slot is not available. So if we don't have that, okay, we can do the worst case. Let me see. Okay, so the problem right now is this slot right now is unavailable, right? I mean, worst case is let's do this. I mean, we can fake it. I mean, if no slot, if we not found it, let's just use the first one. Slots 0 slot. Okay. Let's just use zeros to bypass it, so we know it. Okay, it's a little bit hacky, but should work because we know guarantee it works, right? So here, notice this is 10:30 to 11. So 10:30. Okay, this we need to format a little bit. Okay, so let's format the string a little bit. So here we wanted because it's a moment. The time is a moment. So here we want format it. Format. This should be string, right? Yeah, this should be string. Weird. Okay, let's see what we get here. We are getting, for some reason, we are getting the weird. Okay, so this is the time. Okay, this is the time. We got the time. The date is weird. So okay, so we cannot use the. We can just use select this. Just use the date. I think it has the date. Or, I mean, or the other thing we can do is select date, format it. Format because that is a moment object, so that's why it's showing this. So let's format to be YYMDD. So okay, now it's getting better. So 9:30 to 10. Okay, for 9:30 to 10, we are missing something better. Okay, what we can do is let's go with this icon, and we have a pretty good icon, I think, to show the transition. So we usually pick an icon from here. Okay, this one. Okay, let's add icon here. Okay, see if it can work. Okay, let's see. 9 to 9:30. This one is not rendering well. Let's say it's a string, or it can be like so if I'm getting rid of this and get can I take a component? Let's see, if we are using a span kind of thing, and we want to do is Okay, let's see. If we are doing a span and this is the icon, and ending the span here. Okay, let's see. If we are give a component, I mean UI component, and here we don't need a dollar anymore. But before it's a string object. Now it's not anymore. So all this doesn't need for. We can get rid of this. Right now it's not a string, so it's more like a element. Okay, let's see. So you can actually make a React component here if you don't want just string. Okay, so you see here, right? So this is close to what we want. This is too close, right? So we want some like a space. So HTML space. I don't memorize it, so let's search for this one, right? Okay, so we need a space. Give it 2 space. Okay, getting prettier. Okay, click. Right, this is the time slot. Enter details for this date, right? I mean, if we change it to, let's say, May 27, choose this date, book. So May 27, right? So this is looking correct. So we are entering details for this. I mean, if you can make want to make it a like a more prettier, we can even add an icon, maybe like info, for example. We can add it here, right? So let's import it. So this basically is HTML element. So we can add an icon for. So now we have an icon. Enter details for, right? If we don't like the color, we can make it like a prettier, or I mean, what the color we want. So let's use let's say style. So let's use the color for we used for the booking. Should be this color here. I'm just gonna copy it over. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Because now it's entering details for, so the color becomes the same green, right? So enter details for this. And I mean, later we need a more field